All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to Diablo 4. So there was a new season that dropped this week. I don't know, is it called like Season of the Loot or something like that? Anyway, they did a huge loot overhaul, huge equipment overhaul. It's kind of like the itemization 2.0 or loot 2.0 for Diablo 3, back when that kind of saved the game. This is changing a lot of sentiment from a lot of detractors on the game. So I want to play. I want to get some more leveling. A 3-hour session of Diablo 4 leveling should be pretty good, I think. And then we can just hang out. You can ask me questions about the game. I know I'm primarily a Skyrim channel, so y'all might have some questions when you see some things you don't recognize. So this is my Druid build. I haven't really started the whole level grind or anything yet. I did want to play through the campaign, the main story again, and that's what I've been doing since this thing dropped on, it was like Tuesday or Wednesday. So I did finally finish that up last night. I finished up around mid-level 50 here. And I didn't really have a build in mind for this. I'm new to the Druid, so I kind of just, hey, there's GG, welcome buddy, hope you're doing well too. So I kind of just let my legendary drops and everything guide how I was going to do my build, and I just kind of did some exploring on what made the Druid tick. And I did get some good stuff. Got a couple uniques in my campaign play here. The main one being this Insatiable Fury chest piece here. The main thing that this does is it puts you in werebear form permanently. Or at least it's your true form. If you do like a werewolf skill or a human form skill, you'll transform and then transform back when you do a werebear skill. But this puts you in the werebear form permanently, which kind of helps you with some perks here and there that you might take from the skill tree. And then also some pretty good, we call them affixes. They're the non-highlighted jobbers. Let's see if I can't get this to stay. But right underneath the armor rating here, there are a bunch of different other things. 54% overpower, 65.5% physical damage, 16% total armor while in werebear form, which is great because we're always in werebear form. 4% damage reduction while fortified, and we have a lot of stuff that actually fortifies us. And I'll get into how all this works in a minute. But I've also chose equipment, weapons, skills and stuff that really leverage that werebear form in there too. Now level 50 is kind of where the journey for the Paragon boards and the end game content begins. So we're going to be getting into some of that with this character. We're going to be grinding some hell tides for leveling up, and we'll go into what the hell tides are. But first, I need to get into seasonal content, and there's a little leaf up here. There's a woman that I need to talk to get the seasonal content going, and there is a progression bar for seasonal content that awards us with some pretty good items, some pretty good gear that does create a coherent build if you get all of it. So I do want to get that going, see what kind of build the devs are giving us to use for beginning our end game content. Just finished recording a video. Awesome. Make sure you post that somewhere so I can see it. I'm not sure if I'm subscribed to you or not. I thought I was. If not, I will do so. So I'm gonna talk to her, and then I think this is gonna send us over to the Iron Wolves camp over on the west side of the map. I can probably fast travel over there and just zip over there with my horse. But the next order of business is to do the capstone dungeon here, and that will allow me to increase my difficulty to world tier 3, which is where I'm going to start getting some better items and experience. So let's get started here.
Can you feel it, Wanderer? Like surf along
What kind of
the
video
coast.
did you record? Or you just recorded finishing? You still have to upload it and everything.
Into sanctuary. Tortured souls,
I'll give it a watch. I'll give you a subscribe, and
roam these lands.
if you get it uploaded while we're still watching, I might even promote it a little bit on the stream if you'd like, if you want me to. Just you and me right now because I'm not playing Skyrim, but I'm sure people will filter in later on. Okay, so fighting the Helltide. I think I just need to do a Helltide and then we'll be able to get that going. So let's do that before we do the capstone dungeon. Still need to edit, but I have 2 episodes out right now on AC Valhalla. Nice. That's another one in my backlog. I bought it on sale, I think from the Ubisoft store, but I haven't actually played it yet. I'm having a little bit of open world fatigue. I tried playing Nier Automata for a while and it was good, but the open world implementation that they did for that is just, there was a lot of like running around into barren, sparse areas and doing like tropey open world stuff, that there was just too much time between like story beats and big fights and stuff like that. It just wasn't content dense enough, and I think it was because it was Platinum's first foray into open world design for their games. So for a backlog game, I usually don't have as much patience because I have like hundreds of backlog games in my library to get to. Wow, this is, talk about denseness of content and action. This is nutty. Yeah, so there's a lot going on here. This Druid build ends up being pretty strong, and I got all this just from going through the campaign. I'm on World Tier 2 right now, which is 1 up from the lowest difficulty. So I guess I'm grabbing these medallion shards. Okay, that's good. Now I could take this back to the Iron Wolves encampment, I believe. And that will kick off the seasonal stuff for me. It gets easier once you unlock fast travel. I did unlock fast travel, but there was still, like, you still have to unlock all those fast travel points, right? I don't know. I might go back to it at some point. The art style was fantastic. The combat action was fantastic. The story was fantastic, but it was just, it drug too much in between those points. I got through the amusement park and like the tank boss battle. I chopped off one of the robot's heads and there was just an alien head smiling at me. I was like, what the hell's going on here? I was excited to see more, and then it's like my backlog started staring me in the face, and then there's a Starfield update coming out, and I have a Skyrim build guide coming out, and you know, Diablo 4 update comes out. Ghost of Tsushima is dropping. Hellblade 2 is coming out. And it's like, for a backlog game, I can't be spending that much time running around between fast travel points. Oh, this is your first time seeing a Diablo game? Man. So you're just jumping right into endgame content stuff. This is why I'm just like kind of blasting through enemies right now. You usually don't do this until after you've completed the campaign. And the campaign, you know, storytelling is, you know, pretty standard for like a large open world MMORPG, right? There's a big bad, there's a couple twists, there's another big bad, and then you have to choose which big bad to kill, and then you make a choice, and there are ramifications of your choices, and then they leave it open for more content later on. But the cinematics are actually really good. Blizzard always has top tier cinematics and in CG cutscenes and things like that. So it's worth it just for that. So Diablo is an action RPG. You might think it has some shared DNA with like something like Baldur's Gate, but really it's more like Skyrim. It's real-time action. And it's all about building up your character to be very strong so you can kind of cut through high-level enemies and earn more experience and high-level items. It's kind of like doing a Skyrim build, right? Trying to find like a nuanced, fun-to-play, strong character with the right perks and the right armor and everything, except they really lean into the character build aspect of things, so you have a ton of skills that all feel different. I should be killing the guy that's resurrecting everybody instead of killing everybody that he's resurrecting. So it's a little bit less about the story. The story is serviceable. World building's really good, actually. It has a really cool theme, really cool tone to it. It's like all about like the minions of hell invading this plane of existence, and you're like the chosen one hero that's supposed to stop everything, make friends along the way, all that stuff. But really it's about finding just the right combination of enchanted armor and skills to build up your character to be, you know, strong and interesting and fun to play.
Steady yourself, Pop. The Hellborn are dead, so breathe.
So these are the fast travel points here, and as you can see, that only took like a minute or so to find a new fast travel point and unlock it, and now I get to just fast travel there. Little more convenient than what you get in Nier Automata. Another open world game that I recently just dropped off. Yes, actually, Path of Exile was made by people who were waiting for Diablo 3. There was like Diablo 2 fans. They decided Activision was taking, or not Activision, Blizzard was taking way too long creating Diablo 3, that they actually made their own studio and they created Path of Exile. So Path of Exile is actually a Diablo 2 inspired Diablo clone. Diablo was the OG.
Yes, I knew him. Ishoff. We will remember, as we've remembered so many. I've seen your face before. On the day Chaldean burned, you were there, fighting demons. Hell has opened a new front in this war. Fight at our side, and you will know a wolf's loyalty.
So this season, season 4, they dropped a big update that's all about loot distribution, different ways that you upgrade your gear to further enable your character builds here. So all of these, so the unhighlighted aspects here, they're called affixes. On a legendary gear, you get 3 affixes, and then you can actually add, I believe, 2 more through a new mechanic called tempering. So I'll be doing some of that once I get some gear that is worthy of tempering. You can't temper or modify a unique gear. That's kind of just what it is, but you do get 4 affixes on this, and usually a very strong legendary aspect, which is the highlighted attribute there. This one actually comes with some sockets, which is nice for gems and things like that. As you can see, I haven't really had any trouble with power. I'm still killing folks pretty quickly. I'm still only on World Tier 2. I still have to do the capstone dungeon back at Kyovashad, which is where I began this stream, which is right up here. This will allow me to go up to World Tier 3, which is the next difficulty up. It'll give me better quest rewards, better item loot tables, and more experience. Okay, so let's talk about this build here. Like I said, I went through the campaign this week, and just with random loot, I got this this unique chest piece here, which puts me in werebear form. So wow, the map is big. It's not actually too bad. They do give you a horse right at the beginning of the game that is actually pretty quick, and you can sprint through enemies in the open world to get from waypoint to waypoint. And as you can see, I do have some unactivated waypoints here. So with the horse, you can actually get from point to point pretty quickly. And you can ignore any enemies trying to kill you on your way. Or you could just, like, you know, dismount your horse and you can fight your way through it. You'll get some experience and some loot. it'd be more like a just your regular open world MMORPG at that point. But other than the Hell Tides, which I'll go into in a minute, I tend to spend most of my time in dungeons, which are instanced, and you don't have to deal with other people running around. I'm a loner gamer. I typically don't like to play multiplayer games with someone unless, you know, I'm trying to catch up with an old friend or like my brother or something. We'll play Call of Duty or something and just piss fart around and talk. But yeah, usually I'm worn out after a long day of work and I just want to sulk on my own. Don't listen to him. The map is still big despite his fast. Yeah, no, it's big. There's a lot going on there, but there's not like a. It's not like Nier Automata or other open world games where you're really spending a lot of time going from point to point. It's also not like. Well, actually, I take that back. There are a lot of pretty cool environmental storytelling. Things here and there. The world is actually very well crafted. Lots of little side quests and stuff that you can do in the open world, so it is worth your time just to kind of slow down and do all that. Okay, so being a werebear, I have a lot of. This is my basic attack, right? And every once in a while he throws like that little fireball there. That is from a legendary aspect that I have. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. Werewolf skills function as storm skills. Werebear skills function as earth skills for Nature's Fury key passive. Nature's Fury. So the key passive is the very last of the skill trees that you unlock here. So casting an earth skill has a 30% chance to trigger a free storm skill of the same category and vice versa. In addition, these free skills count as both earth and storm skills. So this is a werebear skill, so it counts as an earth skill. It has a chance of casting a storm skill, which is like that cutting ball of wind that he throws out there. So yeah, that's powerful. That procs every once in a while. And then the more powerful skills that I have, this one's called Pulverize. This consumes the green ball on the bottom there. You have the red ball, which is your life, on the right and on the left, and then you have the green ball on the right, which is spirit. And you increase your spirit by hitting people with your basic attack, which is this guy. And then I hit with my big ground pound. It's called Pulverize, and then that also triggers that lightning storm there too, because the werewolf's Pulverize counts as an earth spell with that legendary, and then with that key passive I got, it has a chance of casting a pretty powerful storm spell as well, and that goes all the way up the ladder through all of these different. Yeah, so I did a shout right there, which demoralizes enemies, and it also brought up this earthen bulwark. Which gave me some extra defense for that too. So yeah, that's how this build is working. With that unique, I've leaned into the werebear stuff, and the werebear stuff will actually give me some free storm skill procs as I cut through these hordes of enemies. So already, just from, I didn't have any kind of coherent build in mind going into this playthrough. I wanted to experience the main campaign again. I wanted to see all of the cool cinematics and stuff and refresh myself on the story. And over the course of that playthrough, I got some pretty cool items that I turned into a build. And I also got some werewolves following me around here. These started out as wolves, and then I upgraded them through gear and skills to become werewolves, and they are quite strong as minions in this game. Adding range to a melee attack, yeah, kind of like the spell scribe ability in Coordinator. Oh, not as big as Starfield, no. Starfield is almost too big for its own good. Although, I'm really excited to start playing that new Starfield update. It sounds like they really leaned into, or they at least they give you the tools to turn it into a survival playthrough. And a lot of the planets have hazards and stuff on them, like extreme heat or radiation and things like that, and they can actually be deadly now. So, if you land on an empty planet that happens to be, you know, highly radioactive or extremely hot, and you still need to scan all these different elements of the planet, it can be pretty tense because you might not make it out alive. Hello, Miss Caladran. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Sounded like you were having some nice weather out there. Warming up a little bit. Always seem to have only one. Oh yeah, so another thing that they did in this update is they reduced the amount of loot drops, and they also reduced the need to have a lot of crap in your inventory. So when you salvage a legendary item, that legendary aspect goes right into your codex and you have it forever at that strength. So you don't have to hoard legendary aspects anymore. It just goes right into your inventory when you scrap it. So you also don't have to carry around tons of legendaries with the aspects that you want, because, you know, you just get it now. Which is a great change. And with that, they've also reduced the amount of things that drop, because now that you have the legendary aspect, the fully powered legendary aspect, or at least to the level that you've unlocked so far, you don't have to carry all those extracted legendary aspects either in your inventory or in your storage. You just have them, and that was like the main reason that you would hoard things, right? Is you get like a good legendary aspect that you want to hold on to so that you could extract it and put it onto another item when you got something that was better than what you're wearing. Now you don't have to do that anymore. So they reduced the amount of loot that drops in general. As you can see, there would be like yellows and blues and oranges dropping all over the place here before. Now not so much, just a lot of crafting materials. And the occasional legendary drop, which I think is a good change. It makes it so that you're not doing the inventory management over and over again. You're just playing the game. So I can usually refill my spirit bar in 3 basic attacks, and then I have 3 to 4 pulverize activations that I can do. So I'll do like 3 regular attacks and then 3 pulverize, 3 regular attacks, 3 pulverize, which is pretty basic. But then with the different skills and gear that I have, it does proc like these lightning strikes and everything while I'm doing all that. And then I have the option to have my werewolves pounce on somebody who might be strong, and that's a pretty powerful strike that they do. Hey, there's James. James and Maldaroth have joined. I don't know if I said hi to you, Maldaroth, officially, but I have been answering your your posts there. So I'm only on World Tier 2 right now. I'm working my way up to World War 3. World Tier 3. So right now things seem pretty easy. A lot of people, with like optimized builds that they use for leveling their character up really quickly, they've been getting through this dungeon to up their difficulty up to World Tier 3. They've been getting through it at like level 35 generally, even lower than that, but I'm all the way up at level 50, so I'm a little stronger. I think that it's not so much that my build is already overpowered, even though I think the build is actually pretty good at this point. I think I could lead into this and be good for endgame content already. I do kind of want to explore a little bit more what the Druid has to offer. But yeah, right now he's feeling pretty strong. If I wanted to keep with this build throughout the rest of the game, I think that would be fine. I would just need to, you know, upgrade my gear, keep the same aspects on it, but just stronger. All the same stuff with just bigger numbers, right? Let's focus fire on the big boy here.
I'm not ready yet.
Yep, there we go. There we go. Got a legendary ring there. There's some legendary drops. You get more drops on boss characters than you do on just regular characters. Karn, how was the rest of last stream? Missed a lot of it due to Eurovision Song Contest, and the winner was Swissland. That wasn't since, or Switzerland, since Selena Dino in 1988. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I know Eurovision is a big deal over there. Not so much over here. But I understand you watching that instead. Last week I didn't stream. I was out of town. Oh, wait, no. Did I? No, I did stream last week, didn't I? It was the week before I was out of town. Yeah, the rest of the stream went fine. I think not really a whole lot to report there. I was doing that Shadow Ninja stream. One thing I want to do with that Shadow Ninja, that Skyrim build, is I want to respec some of the perks. I think I have a conflict with Shadow Dance, the Triumvirate Shadow spell, that when you jump, it kind of zips you in the direction that you're moving. And the light armor perk that makes you invincible for a second when you jump. I don't think I need that invincibility. I think they're conflicting a little bit, because sometimes I get the invincibility and sometimes I get the shadow spell, the Shadow Dance teleport. I think I just want to re-lean into the teleport aspect and the mobility aspect, and probably don't need the invincibility so much. That'll stop the conflict, and then I'll get teleportation every time I jump instead of, you know, a grab bag of what I'm gonna get. Inquisitoria Laronda. Just witnessed a maulage. That's epic. Yeah. No, this game snowballs really well. I kind of want to do this. This is pertinent to Diablo 4, I promise. But I want to do a video on what makes Vampire Survivors so great. And in my opinion, a lot of it is that snowball effect that you get as you start unlocking like power-ups for your character, and then things start off very, very slowly and kind of like unimpressive, but 5 minutes into your run, you're doing all this crazy stuff with all the synergy and everything, and there's just enemies dying everywhere, and you know, big flashing lights going off all over the place. Diablo 4 has a lot of that too. You start off each character kind of, you know, lowly. You get like a hand axe and maybe a shield, and that's about it. And then with how quickly progression works in these games, once you get a character build going and get some decent gear, things start snowballing just like they do in Vampire Survivors, right? Where you start getting your synergies all kind of firing on all cylinders, and just crazy stuff is happening, and it's really rewarding starting from that, starting from those humble beginnings, and then just watching yourself turn into a wrecking ball through high-level enemies. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, this update 4 just dropped for Diablo 4, and I've been kind of obsessed with that. That's why I'm playing this today. Just another 3 hours that I get to play Diablo 4 and work on my build and leveling my Druid here and getting through the seasonal progression. It's good stuff. But I am actually a good 3/4 of the way through writing my build guide for the Steger, the Shaman Assassin. I've been working hard on it. I've been trying to, you know, allocate an hour every day toward working on that thing, and I'm, polishing the writing on it, making sure I get all the right information in there, taking screenshots from the game to make sure that I can put that in the video as well while I'm talking about it. So I'm taking my time with it, but I'm getting it right. And I just figured that, watching me write a script and then boot up the game to get a screenshot and some information about an item or a spell and then go back and start writing more script is not very compelling footage, although I'm sure some of you would still show up to hang out for that, and I do appreciate you. But yeah, like I said, Season 4 for Diablo 4 just came out. It's a good one. I'm really enjoying it. So, I couldn't really pass up the opportunity for another 3 hours of Diablo 4 this week. Usually out until 3, but woke up early today. Nice. Do you work late, or are you just a night owl? Oh, I guess I should be killing this guy, huh? So I have a blue cover on my life bar down at the bottom left. That means I have a barrier. I also have a bright red life bar, which means I'm fully fortified. It means I have 100% of my health value as extra health, and I get fortified health as part of basic attacks in werebear form. So this keeps my health topped up, makes me very tanky, makes me very hard to kill. And I've stunned him. Great. And that, combined with the barrier that absorbs some damage coming in, makes the werebear very, very tanky. See that big chunk that those werewolves took out of this guy's health. Yeah, that was really easy. So this is a really good world. Oh, and I'm over encumbered. There you go, Maldaroth. So in this season, instead of being able to upgrade your gear at a blacksmith, you get these tempering recipes, and these allow you to add attributes to your gear. And these go into your inventory, but all you have to do is activate them. I already knew that one. And you'll consume them, and then you'll just know them. They'll go into your Codex of Power. There is no reason whatsoever to hoard those or to save them for any reason. They're always just going to be as strong as they're always going to be, so that frees up some inventory space for you at the end of a dungeon if you need it. Wouldn't say night owl, but do work over usually at least midnight quite often. Yeah, I'm a bit of a night owl myself. I usually get a second wind. Usually around, 10, 11 o'clock. Where I'm too, restless to get into bed and go to sleep. So I'll usually get up and play video games for another hour or two. Luckily, I have a job with a flexible enough schedule that I can, I have a morning meeting at 8 o'clock in the morning, so as long as I'm in bed by, 12:30, midnight or something like that, then I can get a full night's sleep. Doesn't always happen because I can't always put myself to bed that early, but nice to have the option, Catch up on chat here. Oh, you would actually love to see me writing scripts? I mean, yeah, the process, I can walk you through that pretty easily. I have a framework for all of my build guides that I use, and then I just that provides the bones, the blueprint for each one of my build guides. And then I just kind of fill that in. There we go, unlocked nightmare. Okay, so that's world tier 3. We should be getting a lot more legendary drops and tempering recipes and things like that. So in this season, the best way to level up is Hell Tides. And this is also going to level up my Iron Wolves. Have I made it to level 1 yet? I sense one. Let's go check with what's her name to see if we've... I think it's right here, isn't it? Let's go check that out. I don't think I've reached rank 1 yet. I'm not sure I have a progress bar for that anywhere else other than just checking the quest giver.
So, Elim takes this wasp head and shoves it on his helm. Blood and pus running down his face. He starts buzzing like a mat.
Some really entertaining crap you hear.
That boy's got more sand and sense.
Who is the quest person? Oh, I see. There's a special icon for her over here, right where I came out of that portal. Fantastic. Sude. Yeah, not hardly anything. So I think I have to do, battle evil in the Helltide zones to gain Wolf's Honor with Iron Wolf. So yeah, not only is this the best place to level up, this is also going to give me progression toward these rewards, these seasonal rewards, which are going to give some really good build options to level up with. So to the Helltides we go. So yeah, then I flesh out that framework that I have, and then as I'm writing it, I'm saying it, either I'm whispering it to myself or I'm saying it aloud in my head, so then I get a, the right conversational tone to the whole script for the video. And then the whole time I'm going back to, let's see, where are we? Helltide. How long does this Helltide last? I don't know. Then I keep going back to the game to check on, I'm getting the right numbers and the right information, the right enchantments for the right modded gear and things like that. Make sure I'm very complete with how to build that character. And then once I have the script completely written, I'll go through and I'll record the voice on the whole thing, and then I might have to rewrite some things because it didn't sound right, or I missed a word, or I can explain it better, things like that. And then once I have the whole script recorded, all the voice, then I start going into the game and recording video clips for examples. Yeah, you see my health going back down a little bit here. This is a little bit harder. The build is still holding up though. I might have to go temper some of my gear. Just to get a little stronger, but I think the build is pretty good. So yeah, and then once I have all the video footage spliced in on top of the voice, then I'll go through and add like some special effects, some fun little, you know, swooshes and maybe some GIFs here and there to make it a little funnier. Special effects to the videos and the voice to just add some flair to it, and then I start working on the thumbnail. And it's all a learning process for me. I'm not like a professional graphic artist or anything, but it has been fun to learn. Tortured Gift of Mysteries. Let's see. I think I need a lot of aberrant. Crystals to open that up. Oh, I only got 6 minutes left in this Helltide though. So not only do the Helltides give you a huge amount of enemy density just to kill and get, you know, direct experience through killing monsters, but you also get a huge amount of experience through opening these like tortured chests. And you have to have, so right underneath, right to the left of the mini map up in the right hand corner, there is like a flaming crystal up there, and I have 36 of them. That's what you use to unlock these tortured chests. Oh, great. And I'm over encumbered. Excellent. That's what you use to open up these tortured chests. And these tortured chests also always have, you know, a good amount of like legendary gear in them. But also they impart a large amount of XP and gold you get from them. You can also get tempering recipes from there. Other crafting materials. Lots of very important crafting materials for the end game and for gear improvement. Yeah, I got less than 5 minutes left. There's no way I'm gonna get enough of these crystals to unlock anything. I think I need at least 75 for the weaker ones, and then like 150 for the strong ones.
I need more spirit.
I retract my compliment of your inventory management. Yeah. Well, I blame that one on you because your chat had me distracted, and I forgot to go scrap all my gear. So that's your fault, not mine.
My burden is too great.
Oh, now we're starting to get sacred stuff. This is good. All right, there's got to be something I can drop here in order to grab this. All right, let's just head back to town. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get enough crystals, and I do need to scrap my gear as well. So in this season, okay, let's back up. In previous seasons, these yellow items were really good. You could get a yellow item that had like a lot of just straight up damage per second or armor rating, and you would have like the right affixes to them, like the plus 98 willpower if that were really important to you. You get a really good combination of those affixes with a really high item power. And that would be great to use because you could take a legendary aspect, a legendary enchantment or whatever. If you're a Skyrim player, you could extract the enchantment from other legendary gear and put it onto this, and then you would have a legendary item that has all the stuff that you want on it. In this season, it's different because you only get 2 affixes with these yellow items, these rare items. You get 3 on a legendary item. So right off the bat, for end game, all of these yellow items, they're basically worthless. They're only worth it for the crafting materials that you get from them. So you can automatically just scrap all those. And with the reduced loot that they give you in this season, that's less that you actually have to do for that. So you get to go a little bit longer without having to return to town. But that automatically means that you don't have to like sift through all the different affixes and all the different properties of all the different items that you get, because you will mostly get yellow items mixed in with a few orange items. You can just completely ignore all the yellow items, scrap them for the crafting materials, and then you only have to like focus on the yellow ones. So that one I can scrap. Let's see. Earth and Might key passive also applies to your storm skill. Let's take a look at that. That might be worth it. What does Earth and Might do? Damaging, when you get a lucky hit, which we don't get a lot of those with this build, damaging enemies with Earth skills has up to a 5% chance to restore all of your spirit, cause your attacks to be guaranteed critical strikes for 5 seconds, and this chance is increased by 10% for critical strikes, and 10% if the target is stunned, immobilized, or knocked back, which actually does quite happen a lot. So... all right, I'm not going to take this one because lucky hit, you already have a very, with this build anyway, you have a very low percentage chance of actually scoring a lucky hit. And with this key passive, only if you get a lucky hit do you have a 5% chance to do this, or a 10% chance if these modifiers apply to the enemy that you're hitting. So this ends up being a very low percent. It's not just a 10% or a 5% chance. It's 5% of, 5% or however much the lucky hit chance is. So it ends up being like 1% or less. So I'm not switching to that. We're going to go ahead and scrap that ring. Now you can spec your build to have a greater chance of getting a lucky hit. And there are builds that rely on that. But this is not one of those builds. So I'll just get the crafting materials from that. I'll add that one to my Codex of Power. If I want to do an Earth and Might build at some point, this will come in handy, but that's not right now. Debilitating Roar is now a werewolf skill. In addition, Debilitating Roar will immobilize poisoned enemies for 4.5 seconds. Okay, so if I am doing a werewolf build, at some point, I also want to add poison to it, and then if I have a poison werewolf build, this will very much come in handy, but we're not a poison werewolf right now. And switching to a poison werewolf is not worth losing the effects of this unique that I got with the werebear stuff. So scrap that. If I do make a poison werewolf build, this will be waiting for me in the Codex. Hurricane damage increase. This Hurricane is a higher level storm spell that consumes spirit. I don't use Hurricane. I use Ground Pound. So need to get cracking on breakfast and call my mom when she has technical questions. Oh, you gotta love being a computer guy that the family comes to you for. Sounds good, Maldoroth. Take care, okay, bud? I need to find you on Twitch. I've been wanting to see a build or builds based around Volcano or Arcane. Oh, I'm not on Twitch. There might be somebody else. I think GG streams. Oh no, I think GG and PC Outcast stream here on YouTube. I know other people stream. If you weren't talking about me, then that's fine. I apologize, but okay. Earth skills deal 26% more critical strike damage to crowd-controlled enemies. That's kind of a damage on a Tuesday thing. Don't have a lot of Earth skills that I do. Mostly just werebear skills. But werebear skills count as werewolf skills, right? Or Earth skills count as werebear skills. Werebear skills function as Earth skills. So this could actually be pretty nice. If I get a critical strike, I get 26 multiplicative percent more damage to my werebear skills, which is nice. It's kind of a low amount. So right next to the 26% there, it shows 25 to 35%. That's the range. That's the range of the value that it could be. So we're very on the low end with this one at 25%. But we don't have this in our codex yet. It might be worth it just to scrap this so that I have it in the codex and I can apply it to whatever the heck I want, because I don't want to lose my werewolf companions. Those werewolves are quite powerful. What's the other ring here? The other ring is unique. If a core skill hits 4 or more enemies, 50% of the resource cost is refunded. This is great. So when I do my ground pound, which is a core skill, if it hits 4 or more enemies, then I get half of that resource cost back, which sounds really good to keep doing the ground pound over and over again, but I'm also really good at gaining spirit through that regular punch. So maybe this isn't as great. What kind of affixes do I have here? So plus 5% resistance to all elements, which is great, but that's what I'm getting with the legendary anyway. Shadow resistance instead of fire resistance. Okay. Plus 6 to all stats. 12% damage. 139 max life, which is pretty nice. Oh, is your info not in there, Maldaroth? I'm gonna fix that right now. Let's get you in there.
Chocolate and caramel. Yeah, does what it says on the tin, exactly.
Oh, you had Pathetic Wolf up there, I think. So that is Maldaroth's link that I just put into chat. Oh my goodness, you did get demoted. How about that, Maldaroth? I'm sorry, buddy. Okay. Fixed. Now you can look in the description for Maldaroth's link as well. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think it just depends on which settings I reuse when I schedule the live stream. I think it's on my Skyrim ones. Yep, Maldaroth streams are fun. He's got this very kind of easygoing, chill attitude. He knows a lot about Skyrim. I can't speak to other games. I know he dabbles in Diablo 4. But mostly a Skyrim dude. He does his own mod lists and things like that with his own like game balance. It ends up being like a very hard game. But yep, I highly suggest his channel. I drop by whenever I can. Oh, we got an ad coming up. Sorry, folks. Okay, so I think I'm gonna stick with the Mother's Embrace. Well, let's see. I do like the 12% damage, just straight up damage on this one. Maximum life is nice, although it doesn't give me as much. I just don't know how much critical striking I'm doing. I don't think I'm doing a lot of critical strike. So yeah, I don't think I'm doing a whole lot of critical strike. I'll put that in the codex as well. We'll see what we get from this. Own Aegis. Nope, scrap that as well. Okay, so not really any new stuff that I want to use. So we'll scrap it all. We'll put some in the codex in case that changes. But since we seem to be locking in on this werebear build here for now, I'm gonna go ahead and
Whatever you need.
temper some of these up here. Early on in the game, this temper stuff is pretty cheap, and I think you can re-roll for free. So it doesn't cost any gold. It costs 5 iron, which I have over 1,000 of, and it costs 2 veiled crystals, which I have almost 740 of, so I can start re-rolling some of these if I need to. The only thing is when you start tempering items, you can't trade them with other players. I don't play with other people anyway, so. Love that YouTube says I'm playing Starfield. Oh, I'm not playing Starfield. I gotta change that. Great. Man, you guys are really looking out. I love it. Diablo 4, look at that. Man, professional streamer over here, huh? I mean, no, not really. I don't do this for a living, obviously, but do make maybe $1 or $2 off a stream from the ads. So I guess technically I'm a professional streamer. It sounds funny just hearing that. Okay. So that should say the right game name now. Karn Coaster news. Few follow of Hyperia just got their first ride. The team built and designer Mac engineer and made their track and support. Hyperia, that sounds pretty cool. Never saw an ad pop up? Interesting. Okay. It says it may pop up for some users, so I have it set to conservative right now. I want there to be ads on there because that helps with discoverability. YouTube is more likely to put your stream in front of people who are looking for a stream if there's ads, because obviously they want people watching streamers who have ads enabled so they can make ad revenue off this stuff, right? But I also don't want it to be overbearing, so I set it to the lowest setting possible. So not everybody's gonna see them, some people might. Face to face with life. Welcome, buddy. Just gonna call you Face. Hope you're okay with that. Okay, what are we doing here? Oh yeah, I was gonna temper up some stuff. What did I get tempered on this? Did I get anything tempered? Yes, Grizzly Rage duration. I don't really use Grizzly Rage. Oh shit. $10 from Maldaroth. Now I really am a professional streamer. Hey, thanks, buddy. Please. Every time somebody gives me money, I tell people not to give me money. But yeah, don't feel obligated to do what Maldaroth just did. It is appreciated, of course. It warms my heart, makes my day, but I'm not hurting for money. I got a pretty good day job. Don't feel the need to give me your money. I'm okay. But thank you, Maldaroth. Thanks for sharing the love. I do appreciate you. Okay. All right, you can send it back to me. Okay. Once I figure out how to do that, I will. Let's see here. What the hell was I doing? Maldaroth just killed my brain with his generosity. Whispers of the Dead. Yeah, I just got a notification on the Diablo 4 launcher, the Blizzard launcher, that they're having a bug with the Whispers of Dead. So think we'll just focus on Helltides. Here we go. Helltide should be up for an hour. I wish they used to have like a marker for Helltides. Let's see, is that on the... Yeah, here we go. 47 minutes. That should be enough to get some good stuff, but I did want to temper up my gear, so we should be fine as long as we have 30 minutes left. I don't think I use Grizzly Rage. What is Grizzly Rage? Is Grizzly Rage a... Iron Fur, Pulverize. I feel like that's got to be like a shout or some kind of transform or something. Nothing bear over here. Trample is my unstoppable. Makes it so I can get out of paralysis and daze and stuff better. Okay, no, I'm not using Grizzly Rage. Although I probably could. Let's see, quick shift. Shape-shifting, I don't do a lot of shape-shifting, so I can de-spec that. And I'll put it into Grizzly Rage. Shapeshift into... Oh, but I don't have the spots for it, the slots for it. I think I can take away Earthen Bulwark, too, and put it into Grizzly Rage. That should work. Shapeshift into a Dire Werebear for 11.73 seconds, gaining 20% bonus damage and 20% damage reduction. That's all good. Damage bonus is increased by 3% each second while in this form. Kills extend the duration by 1 second. So it's kind of like a werewolf form in Skyrim. I like that. Grizzly Rage makes you unstoppable for 6... Okay, so that... I don't need the unstoppable from the Earthen Bulwark. I can use that instead. Gain 8% of your maximum life as fortify per second while Grizzly... Yes, please. That's all great. Good. So doing some respecking here on the fly. That means I don't need Earthen Bulwark. I can find where that one is. Folder. Where is Earthen Bulwark? Here it is. There we go. Now I can use these somewhere else. Maybe some passives? Let's go ahead and assign this Werebear Grizzly Rage stuff to where that guy was. After casting a companion skill, your next core or wrath skills damage and critical strike chance are increased. Don't do a whole lot of companion skills. They're nice to have, but they're not integral. What is this? Your storm skills have up to a 10% chance to make enemies vulnerable. We don't cast a lot of storm skills. That's a holdover from my tornado days. Mending. While in Werebear form, you receive 6% healing from all additional sources. That's going to be nice with the fortification. Provocation. When you remain in Werebear form for at least 24 seconds, your next non-defensive skill will overpower. Okay, so we can lean into the overpower stuff here. That's good. Crushing Earth. Earth skills will deal 5% increased damage to slowed, stunned, immobilized. This is also great because the Werebear stuff counts as Earth stuff with that gear. And we also have a chance to knock down with our basic skills. So we're gonna have knocked down, immobilized, stunned people, enemies all the time, which is great. Well, you have Fortify over 50% of your maximum life. Your Earth skills deal 4% increased damage. Yes, we're gonna lean into that. That's great. And I can probably also put more points into that based on some other things that I have floating around here that maybe I don't need so much now. That stuff's good to have, but I can do that a little more off screen or off stream. I think for now we're probably pretty good. I just want to poke around just a little bit more. Okay, So now we're definitely going to be using that Grizzly Rage a lot more. And we just tempered that with our weapon, which is great. Werewolf skills function as storm skills. Yes, please. Grizzly Rage duration, plus 17.5%. Excellent. So that was a werewolf. Augment, or werebear augment. We could also do earth augments, because werebear counts as earth stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and add an earth augment to our other weapon over here. Let's see here. Sorry, let me catch up on chat. Haven't played since the first season. Okay, cool. They have made some really good changes. The tempering mechanic for sure is good. They've really tweaked the balance of the game, so it is not as hard to get into your level cycling and end game content as it was before. The early seasons and the pre-season 1, they were really focused on that 1 to 50 grind. Now they're more focused on the 50 plus grind, right? And getting to the end game as quickly as possible. So the game is easier now from level 1 to 50. And then you get to focus on, you know, doing the end game content like the Hell Tides and getting your end game gear and stuff like that. So if that sounds good to you, I would recommend reinstalling, yes. Used to hearing warm my cockles from the older gen. Ew. Having tea? Nice. I had some tea this morning. Trying to transition away from the energy drinks for a little bit and more toward the more mild tea. So matcha green tea is my my stuff. All right, Malderoth finally left. Finally get that guy out of here. I'm kidding. I love Malderoth. He's a good kid. He's a good guy. I think he's actually older than I am, and I'm calling him a kid. Werewolf skills count as storm skills? Guessing you're going earthy skills. Yes, so I'm leaning into werebear, which is earth. So werebear and earth stuff is kind of what I'm going for here. And this gave me petrify. Yeah, I'm not using petrify. It might proc randomly for me, so I might try to re-roll that. Let's go ahead and try to re-roll this. We'll go one more with the augment. Landslide projectiles, that does proc every now and then, but not enough. Yeah. Okay, so the problem is these earth augmentations, they don't proc often enough. So the werebear stuff counts as earth, but the earth stuff doesn't count as werebear, if that makes sense. So it's only when these earth skills proc that I'm actually gonna get any kind of use out of them. So I should just lean into the werebear stuff, I think. If there was something that increased earth skills, damage from earth skills in general, that would be great. But it doesn't. Pulverized size. Okay, this is excellent. So 15% increased pulverize range will help me proc that
Don't ruin all that work.
getting 4 enemies with a core skill. So this will help keep me ground pounding a lot better. All right, let's go ahead and temper some armor now. Let's see here. We'll just start at the head and work our way down. We can do either utility or defensive. What do we get from utility? Companion innovation, wolves attack speed. Yeah, it's nice, but not necessary. And that's a 25% chance that I'll even get the proper companion type. Pastor, welcome, buddy. Natural schemes, thorns, crowd control duration, barrier generation. This is all pretty good stuff. Let's see what defensive gives us here. Shapeshifting endurance, don't need it because I have permanent werebear. So don't need that at all. Nature magic wall, cyclone armor, earthen bulwark. Don't need any of those. Natural resistances, fire, lightning resistance, cold resistance, poison resistance, shadow resistance. Resistances are going to become more important later on when you start doing like boss runs and world tier 4 stuff. You want to get maxed out at 70% resistance on everything. So this is going to come in handy to do that, but I don't think we're at the point where we actually need it yet, especially since we're so tanky in terms of just pure pure life levels, along with fortification and barriers. We can just tank a lot of those elemental damage types. Maximum life, total armor, dodge chance. Kind of like this better. See what we get. Any of these will be useful. Thorns, yes. Okay, so Thorns is actually great for a tank character like what I'm doing. So every time I take damage, it reflects the damage, this amount of damage back at them. And 365 is on the higher end of the spectrum, of the higher end of the range there. So we're gonna go ahead and keep that. How about that? Okay, so I can add one tempering attribute to regular non-sacred or non-ancestral gear, but if I have a sacred, I think I can add 2 tempering properties, and if I have ancestral, I think I can do 3 or 4, and on a fully upgraded ancestral, then I can start moving to masterwork, but I don't have any sacred or ancestral stuff yet, so we'll see
that looks worn. I can fix
what we get from the Hell Tides there later on. But now that we have tempered our helm, let's go ahead and temper our gauntlets. Let's see what we get from offensive. Earth finesse, no. Storm finesse, companion finesse, shapeshifting finesse. Okay, I can roll the dice here and try to go for werebear overpower damage, trample. So that's 2 out of 5. Not great chances. Let's see what else we get. Damage to crowd control, damage to close, damage to distance. So 3 out of 4 of those are useful to me. So maybe natural finesse would be good. Let's see what we got for... Just lean into the natural stuff here, huh? Let's see what we get from natural finesse here. 3 out of 4 chance that we'll get something useful. To close enemies. The only thing we were trying to avoid was the distant enemies. So we get plus 75% to close enemies. That's awesome. Excellent.
Come back if you need the forge.
I'm running out of time on my Helltide here. 34 minutes. That's enough to get something. So let's go ahead and transition from tempering our stuff. We still have a lot of gear to temper, but I kind of want to take advantage of this Helltide while it's here. Let's go kill some stuff. Okay, so we can do 2 birds, 1 stone over here. I don't see any chests just yet. Once I get out into the Helltide, it might... Tending nature? Yeah, let's go ahead and do these side quests while we're out there. Now that we're actually in it, do we have any chests? No, we'll just have to keep our eye open for it. It's not showing up on the radar. Chasing down this little demon who's running away from me. Love that. Yeah, so the Helltides for this season, they have really upped the enemy density. I'm playing on World Tier 3 right now. We just unlocked the World Tier 3 through the Capstone Dungeon. Did that at the beginning of the stream. So not the hardest thing in the world. We are very tanky, so we do regen a whole lot of life. And we do fortify our life with each hit. So we're very hard to kill. Typically from what I've heard... Oh yeah, that took a good chunk. From what I've heard, the enemies aren't too spongy in Helltide, but they do a lot of damage. So if you don't have your resistances and your armor ready to go, you might get washed pretty quickly. Even though... Oh geez, I don't have all my skills set up. Even though you might be able to kill enemies pretty easily, they're also doing a lot of damage to you. You got to really pay attention. You might die. And whenever you die in a Helltide, you lose a high percentage of your abhorrent crystals, which are what you use to unlock these tortured chests with all the really cool rewards. Or aberrant cinders, not aberrant crystals. So you really don't want to die.
I need more spirit. I'm not ready.
Shape-shifting endurance, not something we need, but we'll grab it anyway. Tempering recipes are always good to have in case you want to change your build. Yeah, doing a lot of damage. I love it. So yeah, my basic just kind of like werebear punch over here. It has a chance to knock enemies down, which counts as crowd control. And since I have... Yeah, see, I got dead. And I lost about half of my aberrant cinders. So yeah, just like people were saying, not having any trouble killing enemies, but survivability might be an issue. And I think that might have been like a world boss or something. Oh my god. Yeah, it's those explosions that are killing me. The stuff on the ground usually kills me a lot faster than the stuff elsewhere. Yeah, this is a world boss event. So we have other players trying to help us out here. But as I don't have any range stuff, so I have no choice but to get in there if I'm gonna help here. But to get in there and do some melee damage. Maybe I can... Oh my god. Yeah, so, the build isn't as strong as I was hoping. World bosses are going to be harder. Maybe I don't want to go do this world boss. Maybe I want to go somewhere else. Let's avoid the world boss.
It is expensive.
Yeah, I definitely need to temper up my gear here to be able to survive these Helltides. I could also go back down to World Tier 2.
I need more.
Not really any shame in that. The problem is with World Tier 2, I don't think I'm getting sacred gear at that point. And that's really important to be able to get more tempering affixes. Okay, unlock some stuff from my season pass. That's good. So in this game, it looks like, you know, you might get into a place or a predicament where it's just you're gonna die regardless, right? But that's not always the case. This game, the gameplay of it is pretty good. In terms of hitboxes and hurt boxes, there's usually stuff that you can do through gameplay to make yourself be able to make yourself a little stronger against enemies that outlevel you. So I think what was killing me most are these ground explosions, these big yellow ground explosions that are just right underneath me for whatever reason. As a tank, I suppose they are targeting me more than anybody else. But yeah, these explosions on the ground, we definitely want to... Oh, shoot. No, the explosions on the ground weren't killing me. It's something else. Yeah, no, that enemy is just beyond me right now. Nothing I can do. Just getting targeted. And it looks like that world boss, that is a world event boss where we have other players trying to kill this boss. It looks like everybody may have died, which reset the health bar on that world boss, which is not cool. So I'm not going to fight that world boss. I'll fight these lesser peons over here. Now, if you die enough, in the Helltides anyway, these Helltides is where everything turns red and there's a huge enemy density and all that. If you die here, you lose your aberrant cinders, which are what you use to unlock the chests, which are the whole reason of doing Helltides. The tortured chests, which give you great rewards, a lot of experience, a lot of gold, tempering recipes, great items and things like that. So the more you die, the less chests you can open, which is bad. But also when you die, you lose durability on your items, on your equipped weapons and armor, by 10% at a time, I think. And then once you lose complete durability, those items break, and you're not getting any of the benefits from them anymore. They become basically unequipped at that point. Yeah, let's get away from that boss. We'll go do our own thing for a little while. Go check out this tortured gift of jewelry. We still have 25 minutes left in this Helltide. The wind. No worries being late. You weren't late, you just showed up when you could, and I appreciate that. I'm not gonna write you up or anything for being late. But I'm glad you're here. Yeah, this is much easier now that I'm away from that boss. We got another big boss over here though, dude. Oh yeah, that guy went down way easier than the last one. Okay. Makes me think that maybe I can do this. There was a treasure goblin over here too. I think he disappeared.
I do not have enough spirit.
Oh, thank God, she says. Silent Echo. Welcome, buddy. I think I remember you saying that you liked Diablo 4, Silent Echo. Have you been playing the new season? Pretty good. I like the changes that they made. A lot of people are digging it. Oh, your cat was out and about? I'm glad she came back. 125, so I need to double the amount of aberrant cinders that I have. Alright, let's keep this marked on the map so we can get back. In the meantime, we'll be trying to gather enough to unlock that thing. We need 125. We have 58. Increasing the range of that ground pound really helps. I'm able to ground pound a lot more now because of that ring that I have, where if I hit 4 enemies with that at once, it refunds half of my spirit resource. It's great in large densities, that's for sure. I do like it. I haven't played it yet. Been playing Hades. Fun as heck. Just Hades 1, or are you playing Hades 2 in like early access? Hades 2 looks good. I played a lot of Hades. I played it on my Switch on like different vacations and stuff when I was away from my computer. Hades is great. One of the best roguelites out there, in my opinion. Bought Shadow of the Colossus for PlayStation, so want to get into that. Oh yeah, people really like Shadow of the Colossus. I haven't played it. I played a little bit of Ico, made by the same people. That was the one that they did for, it was a PS2, might have been a launch title. They did that before the Shadow of the Colossus game, and it was good. I never finished it. Just other things to play. You should have fun with it. Okay, we're at 91 cinders. We need 125. Still got plenty of time left. The Druid is the last class that I ended up playing because I was kind of least interested in the Druid, but he's kind of cool. Very impactful. Let's see if we can actually kill this treasure goblin now. Treasure goblin dead. Yeah, we got a sacred helm there. Excellent. A lot of stuff that I'm getting from this Helltide here. I see some endgame boss summoning materials that I'm getting too. I think one of them was a blackened femur for the Echo of Arshan, so lots of good summoning materials too. So yeah, there are endgame bosses around the world in this game. Whoa, what is that? I have never seen that before. That is a new one for this season, I think. That was like one of the worms from Tremors. I have never seen that before. Okay. Okay, now we have 127 cinders. We can go back to that chest. See what's in there. Ah, they're just enough.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, these Helltides are intense now. All right, we got some seasonal progression here. We can go unlock some gear from what's her name? Sufi.
I must wait a
A lot of objectives completed. Nice. All right. Let's get back to this chest that we wanted to unlock. There's one closer, but I kind of want the jewelry one. It has it has a wider range of different aspects that you can get from the legendaries and jewelry. So I'll probably be focused on that for right now, and then we'll go do the one for the helm next if we have time. Gonna drop off. Okay, Caladran. It was good catching up with you. Have a good weekend, okay? Yeah. So another thing that they did with the Helltides in this is there is to the middle right of the mini-map in the upper right-hand corner, there's that pentagram that's filling up. It works kind of like the wanted meter in Grand Theft Auto, where like the higher it gets, the more threat accumulates. And once you get to a certain amount of threats, you're just gonna get pulverized by high-level enemies. I think that you can leave the Helltide or just... There's a way to reset that so you don't just get wiped by high-level enemies before you're ready. But I don't remember exactly what that is. Maybe just going back to town briefly. But yeah, my threat level is rising, that's for sure. Yeah, these chests will give you a huge amount of gear, a huge amount of crafting materials. They'll give you some tempering recipes, all of which are important in the end game, but they also give you a huge amount of experience, which is great for just leveling up your character. I have a lot of Paragon points now that I can spend too. I don't think the sellers actually change in a Helltide. At least they didn't used to. They're just regular old sellers. When a Helltide is active, I think you're just better off staying in the open world than you are going into a dungeon. Oh, another soul burner. Boy. I really need more fire resistance. Chugging potions over here. Guzzler. Okay. Sounds crude. See if we can get enough cylinders between here and the next. Ugh. Oh yeah, almost got smoked. I was on it though. This stuff is intense. Okay. Okay, so now we have another event that we're coming into here. We can get obols, which they also made a change to the Purveyor of Curiosity. So you get these things called Murmuring Obols when you do these events, which is signified by the yellow or the orange ring that I am in the mini map in the upper right hand corner there. When I join this event, it gives me an objective to complete. So I have to destroy the enemy effigies. And once I kill all those enemy effigies, there'll probably be one more boss fight, and then it rewards me with something, a currency called Murmuring Obols. And those obols can be spent at a vendor in town called the Purveyor of Curiosities. And you can spend your obols there. It used to be just kind of a crapshoot, just a complete gambling mechanic of what you would get. You get to buy like just a random, weapon category or armor category, and then what it gives you would be completely random. It would be like a random power level, random tier. So it could be a legendary, but it might be a rare. It might even just be a regular old blue magic jobber. But now, instead of being random power levels, if you're at level 100, the Purveyor of Curiosities will always give you a 925 item level piece. So these obols are actually more valuable now because they'll always give you a top powered item when you buy one. They also reward you with pretty good experience and materials and things like that. Gold. Ooh, that one took a while to beat. Okay, so now the boss is active. Let's go kill this dude. Didn't take long. Okay, how many cylinders do I have? I only have 77, so let's just, I don't know, maybe we can go back and forth. But I kind of want to go see what's up here. Only got about 10 minutes left in this event. This event is called the Helltide, for anybody who isn't familiar with Diablo 4. Helltides happen in random areas of the map where portals to hell are opened up, and then you get a very high high-level enemy densities to cut through. So it's tough. There's a lot of enemies. And they're all higher level than you, but ooh, I got another unique chest piece. I'll have to see what that is once we're safe. But they also give you the highest rewards. So that's why everything's like red, it's raining blood and all that right now, because I'm in a Helltide. This is not what the game looks like all the time. It's usually much more chill than this. But this is the best way to level up this season, season 4. And it's fun, just going around killing huge amounts of enemies. It's a good way to test your build too, especially if you're putting some thought into it and leveling up appropriately, taking the right skills and getting the right gear for your build. Okay, I'm right next to another one of those tortured chests. I'm gonna need 125 cinders to open that thing up. I'm at 100, so if I stick around this area and just start killing stuff, should eventually be able to unlock that pretty soon here. Do you have a button sequence cycle that? Yeah, so it takes 3 to 4 basic attacks to fill up my spirit gauge all the way. And then I get about 4 pulverized ground pounds from that. So I'll usually go 3 or 4 basic attacks and then 3 or 4 core attacks. Sometimes I'll be able to get more ground pounds. Because I have a unique ring that if I hit 4 or more enemies with my core skill, the ground pound here, it refunds half of that spirit back to me. So sometimes I'll get more than 4. I'll get like 5, like that time. And then against tougher enemies, I can transform into an upgraded werebear and just wreck shop. But I'm usually only do that if I'm in trouble. The upgraded werebear, I forget what they call them. Oh, I just got 125 cylinders here, so I can open up a chest now. Where am I going? This one's close. I also have a lunge attack with my werewolf buddies here that does a nice chunk of damage against a single enemy. That's on my right bumper. There you go. And then I just upgraded my bear. Increased werebear form here. Gives me increased defense and offense. I think it also gives me fortified health. And I think it also refills my spirit gauge as soon as I get that going. So I got 11 of them that time because there was such a huge concentration of enemies right there that it kept refunding my my spirit resource, and I got to just keep pounding the ground, you know? That was awesome. I like the impactfulness of it too. Oh, this is only 75. Nice. Some bitch. Oh, this guy's tough. Might be a little bit in over my head with this guy. Oh, I'm barely like doing any damage to him here. Hellborn. Oh, this is gonna be a drawn out fight. Luckily, he's not doing enough damage to kill me right out. Or outright. Ooh, that poison though hurts. around the boat. Come fight me, you coward. Keeps teleporting out of there. Oh, you coward. Keep staggering him. That's pretty good.
I'm not ready.
That's a dirty trick. He trapped me in there with that poison pool. Just doing tons of damage. Oh, you know what? I bet this is because my threat level went too high. I was doing too well. Oops, I should have saved that trample. That would have gotten me out of one of those poison traps. I gotta wait for it to recharge.
I must wait a moment.
Okay, so I want to kill this smaller boss here. Well, he's technically bigger, but he's less strong. I was hoping he'd give me some health potions, but he didn't. There's a health potion.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay, wearing him down. Getting closer. Okay, more enemies around. This might actually be a blessing in disguise. Because as I kill them, they might... Oh, there's a buddy there. we got another player helping out with this guy. Oh, and he just... Oh no! As soon as the new player started hitting him, he recharged his health. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, well, maybe with some help we can get through this guy a little faster than it was last time.
I'm not ready yet.
We got over a level 41 rogue doing like no damage. Okay. Oh, this is a tough fight. Gotta get out of that poison. I have 2 health potions left. I'm dying. Oh, there's a potion. About half-life, about a third, between half and a third, okay. Okay, any second now, as long as he doesn't recharge his life again. Oh, the rogue just died.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, he came back though. Good. Oh my gosh. Okay, we did actually get a unique pair of sacred boots though. That's awesome. Holy shnikes. That was rough. We did get a profane mind cage here too. The profane mind cage I think is a huge buff. Rare elixir for 1 minute increases Helltide monster level by 10, increases aberrant cinder drop rate and threat gain. Wow, okay. That is an end game item if I've ever seen one. And we're out of the Helltide, so we didn't get to spend our damn cinders. Damn it. That boss took so long. All right, here we go. That was a long time. I gotta get caught up on chat now. That was way too much. How am I liking the Druid class? Okay, yeah. So I was talking about the Druid class a little bit. I saved this one. This is the only one I haven't played coming into this season. So pre-season 1, when the game released, I played Rogue, and that's still my favorite one. And then I played Sorcerer, which was all right. I did Ball Lightning, ran around, did whatever. Oh no, I played Barbarian, which was all right, but the Barbarian's slow to get going. End game Barbarian's awesome. Sort of the mid game and early game Barbarian is kind of a slog. Then I did the Sorcerer, which was kind of fun. The Sorcerer has a lot of different stuff that you can do with the magic and everything. Is kind of fun. Necromancer after that. And then I saved Druid for last. I think just I was least interested in the Druid because I had just spent like 200 hours doing a Druid playthrough in Skyrim for my Druid build guide. And ever since then, I just haven't been into Druids. I just burn out on the whole Druid thing. Which is all right. But I'm actually really enjoying it. There's a lot of, you know, impact, shapeshifting into a werebear and just pounding the shit out of the ground and just explosions going off everywhere. It snowballs nicely too because of one specific legendary aspect that I have. Let's see if I can find that. Oh no, it's a key. It's a key passive actually. Nature's Fury or something. Nature's Wrath. Nature's Fury. Casting an Earth skill has a 30% chance to trigger a free Storm skill, and then all of these skills count as both Earth and Storm skills for like buffs and value increases and things like that. But then I also have right here on my weapon, Werewolf skills function as Storm skills and Werebear skills function as Earth skills. So whenever I do a Werebear, you know, like punch or ground pound or anything else, I have a chance that counts as an Earth skill. So I have a chance of actually proccing a Storm skill at the same time. So it snowballs really well in those big fights like that. It's really cool. So I'm liking it. So far, my tier ranking on how fun each build is, I would say Rogue is still my favorite. And then I would say it's a toss-up between a Druid and a Sorceress or whatever. So Sorceress, Druid, interchangeable for 2 and 3, and then 4... I would put Necromancer, and then 5 I would put Barbarian. Maybe just because I'm not playing Barbarian right, but it's been my least favorite so far.
Excellent. Set them over there, if you please.
Had a lot of health or high defense or both. Took forever. Damage sponge. Yeah. And that has to do with that GTA wanted level that they've attached to you in the Helltides this time around. I wasn't paying attention to the threat level that I was building up, and it got to the top and it sent that Hellborn guy after me. and that took out the rest of the Helltide.
She can recover.
Which is nice being able to kill him. I'm sure I got like some nice rewards for that, but damn, took forever when I could have just been opening Helltide chests and leveling up that way.
Help me search where I found her.
So a change that they made to Helltides now is that the Helltides last for an hour instead of 30 minutes, and you get a 5-minute break between each Helltide. So you only get you only have to wait 5 minutes before you get to start the next Helltide. And it looks like the Helltide's already going over here in the Fractured Peaks area. Which, you know, I might do that, but I have some inventory management to do here. Scrap all the yellows and blues. Taking the mobs to Pound Town. Yes, indeed. I have not played Ghost of Tsushima on PC yet. So my order of operations that I'm doing right now, when I'm not playing Diablo 4, I'm working on my Shaman Assassin build guide. And then I want to get the Shaman Assassin build guide out as soon as possible, as far as my YouTube content goes. And then I want to finish up what I'm doing on Cyberpunk, because I want to get out a build video for my build in Cyberpunk. And then once I get that video out and finish up that playthrough, then I can uninstall Cyberpunk and I can install something else. But then I'm also working on, once I get the Shaman Assassin build guide out, I'll be able to update my mod list with some things that I've been wanting to put in there for a while, and get started on my Guardians series for Skyrim, which I've been talking about for a long time. But these things, you know, content creation on YouTube, especially if you're trying to put out quality produced content, it takes a long time, especially when you have a day job that you don't just work an 8-hour day. You work, 9 to 10 hours most days and maybe some weekends. What is this? Couldn't I scrap that? So that's the next thing. It's getting the Skyrim stuff up and going, and then I'll have a lot of Skyrim to stream, because then I'll have 3 characters going at once. I'll have a warrior, a thief, and a mage. So I'll be able to work on those, and then I'll have some little tiny build guides, not build guides, but like gameplay guides about how to get more out of your thieving experience, how to get more out of like your melee combat experience, and then some little tips and tricks on how to get more out of your mage before I do a full build guide on each one of those. So I have a lot in the pipeline right now, and I might do some backlog items from that. So you can tell I'm very busy. I have a stacked pipeline, I have a stacked backlog. Ghost of Tsushima is something that I'm really looking forward to playing at some point, but I just don't know when I'm going to get to it. Busy. Which class are you starting off with for the Guardian series? Warrior, yeah. Probably the Warrior first, but I might just start them all at once, and then when Saturday comes along, it's just, I'll either do a poll on my channel in the community section, or I'll just, whatever strikes my fancy that week. If I'm getting sick of the Warrior, maybe I'll switch to the Thief. If I'm sick of both of those, I can do Mage, and that will keep the gameplay diversity up and keep me from getting bored of any single character. Okay, let's check out the stuff that I got here. Mad Wolf's Glee. This is a new unique chest piece that I got. And I got 2 unique pieces from that one Helltide run, which is awesome. Werewolf form is now your true form, and you gain +3 ranks to all werewolf skills. So I could transition from werebear to werewolf. Werewolf is a little bit squishier. He might have a little more damage output through critical strikes and things like that. He does have better movement speed, which is nice for staying alive, though, through these area of effect attacks. It is a stronger unique as well. But I don't want to completely respec my build at this point. I might do that off stream in an hour or two. But yeah, that's a pretty cool piece if I want to do a werewolf build. I'll probably store that for the time being, though. So I gotta find storage here, my stash. drop that in there. What about these boots? What do we get here? Each enemy you evade through reduces your active ultimate cool. I'm not even using ultimate with this build. I got too much other stuff going on that I'm using actively that I don't even have room on my skill bar for an ultimate. So I'll stash that as well. What do I got now for this helm? Becoming injured while crowd controlled grants unstoppable. I do get some more armor for it, which is cool, but debilitating roar is something that I actually do use. So I'll scrap that. Core skills deal 27% damage increased based on your amount of fortified. This is awesome, actually. Core and Wrath skills deal an additional 11.3% damage per companion you have. So that would be, what, 20.6 because I have 2 companions. But I can scrap this and put it on another piece. Let's do that.
Better than starting from nothing. I'll keep my forge hot. Return soon.
Now let's see if there is something that I'm not making much use of here. Damage from earth skills slow enemies by hit or hit by 40%. No, slow I can use. Damage an elite enemy grants a barrier. That's very useful. Lucky hit. Damaging an enemy has up to a 20% chance to daze. We don't do a lot of lucky hits, so this is what I'm going to apply that to. What's this ballistic aspect? No. Which one was it? It was, it's not utility. Is it mobility? Jeez. Okay, so no, I just can't attach it to the boots. That sucks. But I can put something on there anyway. Well, there are at least 5 close enemies. This one's useful. Concussive strikes, I already have that applied somewhere. I already have Dark Howl applied. When you have Fortify Earth skills, gain +2 ranks. Doesn't help me. Eluding aspect. Injured while crowd controlled. No. After casting 5 basic skills, one of your active cooldowns is reduced by 1.3 seconds. This is kind of nice. I do a lot of basic attacking. That might be the one I need. Boom, shakalaka. Okay, so now while we're here, I'm just going to go ahead and retemper all my stuff here because that's what's going to give me the best chances in Hell Tides. That one's tempered. This one's tempered. Let's see what I can do with this guy. Defensive. Cyclone armor, no. Resistances might be nice. Maximum life, total armor, dodge chance also could be nice. Blood howl, debilitating roar. Cooldown. Duration, all nice. Companion innovation, I don't need. Thorns, crowd control, or barrier regeneration. Thorns might be nice. Crowd control duration is nice. Barrier generation we already have. So let's go back to defensive, see what else we got going on here. Kind of like the worldly endurance one. We would have to. We have 25% chance of getting debilitating roar, but I like this better. Just more defense. What do we get? Maximum life? Yeah, let's... What else do I get for that? Dodge chance, total armor. I kind of like the total armor better at this point. We do have a lot of life. Let's see if we can get total armor. Let's re-roll. Total armor. There we go. Ask and ye shall receive. I like it. All right, more tempering. Mobility, trample cooldown reduction, movement speed, digitigrade gait. So 2 out of 3 of getting something that I can use. And of course I got digitigrade gait, which is movement speed in werewolf form. Not something I can use. Tramper cooldown. Yes, thank you. So you can only re-roll these so many times before you kind of brick your item and you can't re-roll it anymore. You're just stuck with whatever you ended up with. So you kind of got to be careful at higher levels with higher level gear for sure. What do we have for defensive? Same stuff. Offensive, what do we got? The offensive stuff is more fun and more interesting, but the defensive stuff is like definitely very much needed at higher levels for sure. You need your resistances, you need your armor. Earth finesse, natural finesse. Yeah. Kind of utility we have. Natural schemes, thorns, crowd control. Resource generation, resource cost reduction, up to a 5% chance to restore primary resource. We're not a lucky hit build, but we have 2/3 chance of missing that one. Yeah, of course it gives me the one that I didn't want. Here we go, resource cost reduction. That'll keep me ground pounding faster. I keep exiting out of this menu on accident here. Takes some getting used to. Let's see, what do I have left to temper? Just the ring, huh? More resource stuff? God, again with the lucky hit. Please stop. Resource cost reduction, thank you. Have they ever addressed why Diablo's name is Diablo and not Satan or whatever? Yeah, they did in the... I just, as I was saying at the beginning of the... welcome aboard, N King. Glad to have you. Good to see you again on another Saturday, first of all. Yeah, I did just play through the campaign of this again when this dropped, just because it'd been a while, and I just wanted to see the cinematics again and get refreshed on the story and everything. There is a druidic name. It's his true name. It's like all Diabolos or something like that. So it's not technically Spanish. It's just a concatenation of all Diabolos. Which is probably somewhere between Latin and Gaelic or something in this game. So it just got shortened over the ages to Diablo. Because Spanish doesn't exist in this game, right? At least not that I'm aware of. Yeah, you buy that? Yeah, I mean, at least they addressed it, right? Let's see. How much do I have left in this Helltide now? 38 minutes? I might be able to unlock a few chests. Let's get in there. It's that grind. Oh, and I started off with 8 aberrant cylinders somehow. Excellent. Torture's Gift of Mysteries. These ones are more expensive, but they're also they give you much more rewards. Oh, I should have hit up a healer before I came out here because I just completely emptied my supply of potions in that last boss fight. Okay. More obols. Got a sacred legendary amulet. Very nice, very nice. Arctic bear versus a werebear. Who wins? Not even a contest. Diablo, Diabla is Spanish for the devil. Yeah, it is. But that doesn't make sense in Diablo's game world. Why the devil is called Diablo. I mean, that's why they got it. I think they just thought it sounded cool when they made the game. But lore-wise, it doesn't really make a lot of sense because I don't think anybody in the Diablo universe speaks Spanish. Which I think is what N King was getting at. It makes more sense from a Latin point of view, right? Because there is a lot of like biblical age stuff in Latin. The Latin language has always had a close relationship with like Christianity and things like that, which is where a lot of these entities come from. So they could be taken from like a more Latin aspect than a Spanish aspect. I don't know. Okay, how are we doing on cinders? 65, and how much does this mystery chest cost? 250, so we definitely have to save our little pennies here. Don't know if I'm gonna be able to save up 250 in the amount of time that I have. We'll see. Yeah, so those mystery chests, the dark orange ones, they do cost twice the amount, but you do get much better rewards from them. They're usually worth it if you have the time left in your Hell Tide to be able to gather up the cylinders for it. He's huge. He's dressed like a Call of Duty juggernaut. Yeah, he is a tank, that's for sure. Bigger than the barbarians, just not as ripped. Kind of looks like Thor from the God of War, the last God of War game. Ragnarok. Do you still play Call of Duty Silent Echo? They've leaned really heavily into like the live service aspect of things. It's like last time I booted it up, I was just like overwhelmed with the amount of shit they were trying to get you to buy just in the menus. Their shooting mechanics are still very well tuned, and it's fun to just hop in and run around and shoot other people, but they haven't really evolved their formula beyond like what they can sell you in game, I feel like. And they keep releasing a new one every year. But, you know, millions and millions of people keep buying it every year, so you must be doing something right. I'm not a COD player at all. Single player games for me only. I see. Oh, I'm sorry. That was N King's message, and I thought Silent Echo did it just because I'm very preoccupied with the game right now. N King, do you play Call of Duty still? I think that question was meant for you. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. It's very live servicey, which is kind of a turn off. The game is still fun. In terms of like a first-person multiplayer shooter, you can still have a lot of fun in it. It feels really nice to play. Not really into Warzone. I'm more of into like the, you know, the smaller team matches on the smaller maps. I don't remember what they call that. It's like Firefight or something like that. That's what I usually did. My threat meter is going up now again too, so I don't know how to reset these. I'm gonna have to look it up. Because I don't want to spend all my time just fighting Hellborn over and over again. Just knock them down on the ground and just start pounding them. Werewolves just weren't doing a lot of damage to that guy. Down to 40 cinders. I need to make up about 85 of them. Okay, where's the next one? Oh, I want to avoid that world boss. That's what got me in trouble last time. Let's head down here. Nice long trek. We got about 30 minutes. Should be plenty of time to gather up some cinders by the time we get down there. No, when COD came out with Modern Warfare 1, I was not a first-person shooter guy on any level, and now that I like the genre, I would never play these games that try to sell me stuff 24/7. Gotcha. I'm just wondering, because they have a new update coming out, and when a Call of Duty, or not a new update, like a whole new release, I think, coming out soon. And Call of Duty just hasn't been on my radar for years. Just wondering if it was worth looking into again. Not that I need to add anything else to my backlog. I just took that guy down. Damn. We got a legendary here somewhere too. Abstruse signal. Interesting. Okay, while we're in town here, we may as well free up some space in our inventory, scrap some of this gear. Also, why I don't play ESO. Yeah, that one's been going strong for a while. People love ESO, but yeah, same kind of story there. Just being a Bethesda game. Man, it's like now that Starfield is, people are liking that game. The hate train's kind of moved on and people are revisiting it and saying, hey, this game's actually kind of good. You know Bethesda's going to pull a Bethesda and they're going to drop that creation club and they're just going to wipe out all of their goodwill that they built up with this last update. You know it's going to happen. Hey, Mr. P. Miller, the poemer. I am doing well, actually. I had a busy week at work, but I left in a good place, so I'm not like feeling like I'm gonna be worried about work on Monday all weekend. So that's a nice way to go into your weekend. I think my wife and I are gonna go see a movie later if we're still up for it. Other than that, pretty chill weekend, and that's just the way I like it. Got some yard work I think planned later, but got that every weekend. It's, you know what? I don't actually mind yard work. When it gets really hot, it sucks. But when you have a desk job, it's like actually really good for you to get outside and get some sun on your skin and do like some manual labor with your hands and things like that, and do something that you can take some pride in. Like if you have like a nice yard or whatever to show for it, then it's like, it's just really good for your state of mind and everything, I think. So I don't actually mind the yard work most of the time, believe it or not. Kind of glad it's there, to be honest. Got feared. Okay, it didn't last long. Oh, these damn shamans just reviving everybody. Are we done with it? Is it done?
I must wait a moment.
What movie? I don't remember the name of it, but my wife was looking for a movie that she could go watch on her own while I streamed. She just wanted to get out of the house or whatever. And she was just, you know, perusing like trailers and stuff like that. And she found one that a lot of people were saying was like a David Lynch movie. And those movies aren't for everybody, right? They're very cryptic and weird, but I like them. And she was like, you know what? I found this movie. I think maybe you would like it too. And I was like, yeah, if you want to wait till later in the day, maybe I'll go see it with you. So I think that's what we're doing. I don't remember the name of it. It was not one that I've heard of yet. So not something that got a whole lot of marketing or buzz behind it. But was getting pretty good reviews, so we'll see. Haven't seen a movie in a while in the theater. It's still an experience that I like to do. I feel like going to a movie isn't what it used to be, right? It used to be like something that everybody did every once in a while, every few weeks or whatever. But now with all the digital services, there's like less of a reason to leave your house, but it's like good for you. Just like the yard work is good for me, getting out in the sun and doing something with my hands and having something proud of. It's like an event. Seeing a movie becomes an event, you know? You get your favorite movie snack from the concession stand, you watch all the trailers, you get to see the movie posters, get out of your house, go do something. It'd be exciting. Oh my god, my threat level is rising like crazy right now. Might have to dip out of here. Go back to town somewhere. This was like supposed to be a team event, and I took it on all by myself. So the build is doing well. As long as I can stay alive, I think we're okay. Did that chest disappear that I was going for?
I'm not ready yet.
Trying to stay out of that fire. Does not feel good. Yeah, it looks like that chest I was going for disappeared on me. Yeah, alright, let's just head back to town right now and see if we can reset that threat meter a little. Whoa! I got ambushed right as I was leaving. Bring drive-ins back? Yeah, those were kind of cool. As long as you got good enough technology for the sound, I think. Which they may have fixed later on, but when I was young, we went to drive-through or drive-ins that were... They either had the little speaker that was broken half the time and sounded like crap, or they would have you turn into a radio station that would just cut out on you half the time anyway. Spend some Paragon points. Oh, I saved up 9 Paragon points, huh? Plus 100 armor. That's all good. I need all the armor I can get right now. Damage to healthy enemies. Yes, please. I got 2 more left. Should I go intelligence and dexterity or willpower? We'll just go willpower here. In werebear form, you deal 1% increased damage up to 50% for every 1% difference in current life percent between you and the enemy. Excellent. That'll help with those long drawn-out fights for sure. Okay. Where is the next chest that I want to get to? I guess I just got to go out into the Helltide and find out, huh? Alright, well, let's go out this way and see if we can find something close by. I think we have 125 cylinders now. Cylinders. I keep saying cylinders instead of cinders. You went and saw Godzilla in the drive-in in 2014? That's awesome. Finished Skyrim load order. 186 mods on Xbox One. That's pretty impressive. And it's all working well and everything?
I must wait a moment.
Oh, my threat level is still huge. I don't know how to reset my threat levels. Send help. I'm gonna die like 17 times. Okay, I gotta find a close by chest. Looks like the closest one is this one that I can actually get into. I only have 143 cinders. Don't want to run into another one of those Hellborn or world bosses that take forever in a day, because I only have 18 minutes left in this Helltide and I want to get another chest open. I'm getting leveling up at a pretty good clip here. Seasonal progression's going quickly too, both for the season pass and the Iron Wolves. Yep. Okay, any second now I'm just gonna be beset. Yeah, I'm getting beset now. Try to get out of the maelstrom. Threat level got too high.
I'm not ready yet.
Surviving this one better with all the tempering and Paragon points and stuff that I've spent, which is good. Oh, here's the Hellborn.
I must wait a moment. I must wait a moment. I must wait a moment.
Thought I died. Glad I didn't. Back into Alpha Bear mode. See if we can find some potions out here. No, guess not. Damn. Can't even get close. Okay, he's going down now. Come on. Yes. Okay, and we still have time left. How about that? Well, it helps when you don't have somebody coming in and resetting his life bar, that's for sure. Okay. God, that's intense. I'm glad I was able to get all the way through it, though. It's going to make these Helltides a lot more fun. Okay, 221. Let's see, I think I need 275 to get one of the mystery chests. I'm not going to push my luck. I'm just going to open up whatever I see whenever I see it. Going for quantity over quality here. Oh, thank you, Poemer. Do appreciate it. Got a sacred staff. Very nice. All right, where's the next one? Right down here. And we got 12 minutes left. Excellent. It says 13 people are watching. How many of us have upvoted this video? There we go. I like how my audience is like my marketing team. I make like a tenth of a penny off of your view. And you get to market my stream for me. Sounds like a win-win for me. No, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Ooh. They're exploding all over the place. Getting a lot of blue gear from these chests. Fine for the crafting materials, I guess, but at this point in the game, all the crafting materials you get from blue gear, you pretty much have a ton of it anyway that you're never going to need anymore. Okay, where next? So how am I enjoying the changes? Left-handed Jedi, welcome, welcome. I'm actually really liking them. They're really pushing it into Hell Tides for this one, but they've done some improvements to the Hell Tides. They last for a full hour now, so you actually have chances at getting these bigger mystery chests that cost 250 cinders, which is good. They've also really upped the enemy density in these, but my favorite change to the Helltide, I think, is that they have this threat meter. If you look to the left of the mini map in the upper left hand corner of the screen, or upper right hand corner of the screen, you look just to the middle left, there's that pentagram with the red meter that keeps filling up. It's like a wanted meter from GTA, and when you fill that thing up, oh man, I need more cinders. When you fill that thing up, you get like a really high level boss that comes after you. So they've spiced it up. They've made it more valuable in terms of experience and gear that you get. So they really want you doing these Hell Tides, and they've made it a lot more fun as well. So that's good. The itemization changes are all, you know, chef's kiss, bravo type stuff. It makes the much less reliant on hoarding legendary aspects and things like that. So your storage stash is always just filled with uniques and other things that might enable a build, but not with like just a bunch of legendary aspects that you're going to apply to yellow gear. Now you're looking for rare gear with the right affixes, then you enchant it and temper it with the properties that you want. Everything just sits in your Codex of Power now as far as legendary aspects. Yeah, all good changes, all good stuff. I'm very happy. I was happy with the game before. Diablo 4 Behind Starfield is my favorite release of last year. Which is funny because those are two of the most hated releases of last year. But yeah, I really like Diablo 4. And I've been playing it every season. I haven't been playing consistently like the whole time. I do get to a point with like each class and stuff where I get to a point where it's like I want to either start a new character or play another game with each season, but I've always come back to it. Oh my god. Man, I was getting pelted there for a second. Yeah, I definitely need to work on my resistances. Resistances are tricky in this game, though. You can get resistances through the Paragon boards or your gear, and some through skills, but not much. But because so much of it comes from your gear, and gear is so random, you never really know like what resistances you're gonna have in your gear when you change gear, so it's like a constant struggle. Like, you might get full resistances on all your elements, like frost, fire, poison, all that stuff. But then as soon as you get a new upgraded item that you want to switch to, if it has a different resistance on it, then, you know, you have to redo your Paragon points, reshuffle around gear, re-enchant your gear with different resistances and things like that. So I'm trying to avoid doing it on stream, and I try to avoid doing it in general until I get to a point where, like, my gear is at least somewhat stable. Now, can I do this event in less than 6 minutes? I don't know. Let's try it. Threat level isn't super high yet. The tempering is awesome. Have I done the maiden ritual? I don't think so. What's the maiden ritual about? That might be something that I'm missing.
Watch out!
Reshuffle gems. Yeah, gems helps. But even that's not going to get you all the way there. You still need to do some enchanting, tempering, and Paragon reshuffling, depending on what you swap out. I'm trying, buddy. Okay, we just reached a new tier on our threat level, I think. Oh man, this guy's gonna die. Yeah, okay, we lost one. Damn. Okay, we got less than 5 minutes to cash in the rest of our cinders. Should have time to complete the quest. Yeah, we didn't get the master chest, but whatever. Still got some obols. There's a cow skull icon during the Helltide, and you add 3 gems to summon a minor boss. She brings a ton of monsters with her. Oh shit. Okay, no, I haven't done that yet. I have killed a couple of Hellborn though. Those guys are tough.
Not ready yet.
I haven't even seen the cow skull yet. What class are you playing, Jedi? 125? Oh, damn, I need 25 more cinders. Am I gonna make that in 4 minutes? It's possible. Let's head back over here, see if that's a little less expensive. I missed him.
I'm not ready yet.
3 minutes and 25 seconds. Sorcerer, cool. I played Sorcerer in Season 2, I believe. I like the Sorcerer a lot. A lot of variety in gameplay for the Sorcerer. Things you don't get in other classes anyway. Sacred chess pieces. Probably not going to swap it out with that. Oh crap! Here we go again. With the unique that I have, that's really enabling my build right now. Love the vampire theme. That was season 2, right? Season of Blood, I guess. Yeah, that was cool. It was a nice step up from the Malignant season 1. Yeah, I mean they've been improving the game consistently, which I do appreciate. Some of the themes are kind of hit or miss. I didn't really like the Malignant theme too much, the disease theme or whatever. But you know, the captured hearts or whatever, the Malignant hearts, was fine. But they were constantly improving the game. There was that one update, it might have been a season 1 update where they just nerfed everybody and broke everybody's build. That wasn't great. Yeah, we got a couple minutes left on this Helltide here. Let's head back to the Iron Wolves encampment and see what kind of stuff we've unlocked. You're thinking of playing Morrowind later? That's cool. I never got into Morrowind, and I think the ship has kind of sailed on me. The Tree of Whispers is still broken. I haven't used the Tree of Whispers yet, but I did see the notification on the launcher saying that Tree of Whispers was broken. They also disabled frame generation. I'm running a 4090, and I played for a good 20 hours with frame gen on, and I never crashed once. So I'm waiting for them to fix that so I can hike up the ray tracing graphics again. Okay, got some legendaries, and then we get a unique. Very nice after that. Okay, cool. Yeah, so far my favorite class is Rogue. Jedi, what's your favorite? I know you're running the Sorcerer right now, but what's your favorite? Ooh, was that a unique two-hander? Where did that go? Or was that just a legendary? I don't know where that went. Yeah, I know you're running Sorcerer now, but what's your favorite? So I'm bombarding you with questions now because you've been playing this season. So question 1, what's your favorite class? Question 2, what's broken about Tree of Whispers? I bop back and forth between Rogue and Sorcerer. Yeah, earlier I gave my tier list of favorite classes, and Rogue was number 1 and Sorcerer was number 2. Druid's a close number 2 as well. I really like Druid. This was the last one that I played because I was burnt out on Druids from my Druid Skyrim build guide. But I'm really liking the impact and some of the legendary aspects that I've been getting, some of the unique items I've been getting for the Druid too. Just being able to like slam the ground in werebear form and then also proc storm magic at the same time has been freaking awesome. It must have just been a legendary. It probably wasn't a unique. It looked like a unique when I picked it up, but it wasn't. Okay, Paragon. One more and I get the legendary node. That'll be good because our health pools are really, really large with how tanky we are. So this legendary node is going to be really powerful. This is going to give us 50% multiplicative damage increase while in werebear form, and we're always in werebear form. Man, we're going to be a wrecking ball at that point. If you click on the tree, the menu is botched. With mouse and keyboard only, because I'm a controller player. I'm a dirty, filthy controller player. But I haven't gotten enough whispers yet. So maybe I'll do that. The menu is botched. If it's just a menu issue, then it should be okay. They should be able to fix that soon, I would think. Probably less of a headache than trying to fix frame gen anyway. Okay, we're at the end of my 3-hour window here. Thank you all for joining me. I know it's not Skyrim, it's not Bethesda, but this has been my current obsession since the new season dropped. So been making as much. I've been using as much of my free time toward Diablo 4 with the new season, trying to get through the season pass and everything before I move on to other stuff. So thanks for bearing with me. I hope you had a good time and it was at least a little entertaining to be able to talk with me, and maybe you found the game a little bit interesting. You want to pick it up yourself. It's an awesome game. A little bit intense. If you like the slower pace stuff, then probably not the game for you. But if you like dense, like action combat stuff, then this is definitely something to look into. Let's see. Starfield update dropped, and I'm hoping to get back into that game because I really want to try an extreme difficulty permadeath series again on the weekends. Once I get into it. They have the new settings menu where you get to crank up the difficulty to extreme, and also, you know, all the survival aspects that go along with it. I think that would make for a really good permadeath run. It would be like a roguelike almost with the random drops and everything with that. So looking forward to that. I just need to make room in my schedule and on my computer to reinstall that game again. But yeah, looking forward to it. That, and then also still hard at work. I'm trying to give myself an hour every day to work on the Steger build guide, so hopefully that comes out in the next couple of weeks, but those things are a lot of work. And then the Guardians after that with the warrior, thief, and mage characters that I will come up with. And also I want to get a Cyberpunk build guide out before I uninstall that game and move on to other stuff. But that's it. That's the agenda for me for the next few months anyway. I hope you guys stick around for it. Thanks again for joining. Hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you guys all around, okay?